Don't go away, folks. Gears Cup Series action coming up next. Big shout out to CM3, Strap and Ride, UTG Risk, T-Beaks Racing for the sub, and Silver Wolf 49. Get your ass to your seats. Gears Freaks up next.
Your mind, just fill it out right now.
I hate this place.
Welcome to the Napa O'Reilly Advanced AutoZone 35 at Daytona Road Course. We've got 35 laps tonight.
Green, green, green.
We are Green Flag Racing for the Napa O'Reilly's Advanced AutoZone 35.
The screen is with black.
Hey Brad, when you get to me, let me know.
Sorry about that, Mike.
No, you're good. I just for you.
Sorry about the scare.
Connor.
Your winner of the Napa O'Reilly Advanced AutoZone 35 is going to be Van Druckmann. And there you have it again. Van Drugman taking home the checkered flag. Let's bring you inside the booth now as we're high above in the meandyourmom.com blimp cam for the Yellawood 250. Hello and good evening. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, and welcome to tonight's showing of the Gears Cup Series. Again, this is race 27 of 33. It's hard to believe that we are in the first cutoff race. We are knee-deep in the playoff chase, hunt, whatever you want to call it, in search for a champion. Yes, you heard that right. Tonight, the field of 16 gets cut in half, down to 8, as it is our first of 3 segments here into our playoffs. Again, the cutoff race tonight being at Talladega. Whiskey Business Motorsports with the sponsorship tonight. Big shout out to them and for hosting this one. But enough about me. Let's talk about the points. Again, the points that seems to be what everybody is talking about in the garage this week. Again, Van Drugman in clear position, 193 to the good for the cutoff, 78 playoff points and 8 wins. Yes, 8 wins. You see that right. Connor Rowe still right there, though, in second with Mike DeWalt, Brad Gutierrez, Jonathan Evans, Perrin Huggins, Justin Shoup, and Travis Stroney. Now, Kyle Munson and Keaton Salyers, Matt Albert, and I'd even go as far as saying Josh Cole and Brandon Meyer are not out of this just yet. They can get in tonight with a good finish, and their opponents do poorly, obviously, but they're going to need some help. So tonight, Talladega, again, restrictor plate racing. Nobody's getting away from the other that easily, and it's anybody's guess on who's going to win tonight here at Talladega. Again, give you just another moment before I switch it up and let you know where we're going next week. Again, this is the first of 3 segments of the playoff run here that you want to call it, or playoffs. Again, next week, as we're looking into the future, Richmond Raceway for the Earnhardt Tribute 200. That will be a night race at September 27th, 200 laps around there. Again, this second leg of the playoffs, October 4th, is Auto Club Speedway with the Kevin Harvick Tribute 200. And then October 11th, Homestead Miami Speedway for the Jimmy Johnson Southernmost Tunnel 200. Again, Darlington, Bristol Motor Speedway, and Las Vegas yet on the docket. But that's what we're looking at here as we are closing out 2024. Announcements to be made soon as far as the schedule and the car that we're going to use for the holiday series coming up over when the regular season ends, and then looking forward to 2025. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of excitement amongst the admin team, amongst the drivers, on what car we're going to run and what we're going to do. But again, not so fast. Not yet. Again, 94 laps at Talladega, set and ready to rumble for the Yellawood 250. We'll take you to qualifying as soon as these fine gents are ready to roll. Let's check out our SDK. Make sure everybody and everything is working properly. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, it's working hot. Again, I say again a lot. I don't know if I just noticed that now. But there is a lot at stake tonight, especially with those drivers on the cutoff line. I'll bring that back here before we go green flag racing of just who to be looking out for. Again, I marked it wrong on my stuff here. It's race 27 of 33. I'll get it right someday. Someday. But it's exciting times here in the Gears Cup Series with another month and a half to go. It truly is. Van Drugman has dominated at various points of the season. But is it enough to be the champion? In my book, it's probably a history-setting season for our league. And I love that. I love history being made. Ryan says, have a good broadcast. Go freedom and independence. Oh, yeah. Good luck to them tonight. Again, take your pick on who's going to win the race tonight. If you know who your driver is, give him a shout-out and give him some love. Again, 94 laps of breathtaking action getting ready to get underway here very, very soon. A big shout-out to our coasings. I'm going to call it like that. If you tell me how to alliterate it in the chat, I will try to do that a little better for you. I guess we're high above the meandyourmom.com blimp cam for tonight's race, getting set for qualifying. Looks like we have about 31, 32 drivers, give or take. Not a full field of 40, but that is okay in my book. Stephen Curley goes, yeah, let's go. And hopefully you have a beverage, because I am happy to be here. I've been looking forward to this one. Again, I'm a Superspeedway guy. I love it. Call me basic. Call me what you will. Simple things make me happy. Redneck Firefighter, let's freaking go. My NOS crew built me a great car this week. I think we have a chance tonight. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Saying doesn't get old for me.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Love you, Floyd. Hope for the best for you tonight. Again, I'd like to see the 51 in victory lane. I'm not saying that you can't. It's just going to be very, very tough. Hopefully we're as fast as Xfinity internet. Whatever Jonathan Militia's internet is, I don't want that. I'll keep my crappy internet for that. But again, we are just about set to get underway for qualifying, and we'll ride out with a playoff driver. Again, we're the focus here in the playoff season, I'm calling it, that we focus on our playoff drivers. Maybe we'll try to get somebody who's right on that cusp of making the playoffs. Okay, let's bring this back while they're getting ready to get out there. Kyle Munson, Keaton Salyers, Matt Albert, Josh Cole, Brandon Meyer are the 5 I'm watching. Jake Hall is always a guy to contend with at super speedways. But then above the cut line, you see a lot of fast dudes up there. Perrin Huggins, Justin Shoup, Travis Stroney has come from a long way to get where he is to this cut line. It would suck now to lose that. Hollig 88, Steven Jr. Racing. Have a good one, Steven and Dustin. Base Puppy. Got to root for my WBM teammates of the 448 and the 6. I got to give it out for Whiskey Business Motorsports for sponsoring this one. They've been doing a great job keeping us supplied. Again, the winner of tonight's Yellawood 250 will earn a $25 prize. Second place will earn $15. And a third place podium finish will earn a cool $10 cash. And that is thanks to Nate Williams of Whiskey Business Motorsports for the sponsorship and allowing Gears to provide that prize pool. Again, 94 laps tonight, no stage breaks, no fast repairs, 4 tire sets, and 70% fuel. I'll repeat that again when we get back out for the green flag. Let's go now. Let's find out. Jonathan Evans. Again, Gears Cup Series driver, playoff contender above the cut line here. Let's ride around with him as he gets set to take his laps around Talladega. It's a wide track. You'd think everybody would be able to get around peacefully, right? Mike DeWalt, you're pulsing right now with a 52.89. Logan Morris right there as well with a 52.89. 52.90, Caden Dietrich. Jake Hall with a 52.92. Ryan Robertson so far in your top 5. Jonathan Evans yet to post a lap, but we're going to ride along with him to see where he ends up. We have time to do a couple post or pre-race interviews too. If I can make it happen, I certainly will do that. And his first lap around, what's it gonna be for the 26? Crosses the finish line. Third best with a 52.89, tying for the front row. But he will be put in third place, and that is an excellent time for the 26 machine. See if Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. has any more in the tank. Looks like 53.03. Good enough for 21st here so far. He's not a playoff contender, but I clicked on his name, so we're going with it. Mike DeWalt and Perrin Huggins on the front row right now. I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a memorable night here for the first cutoff race. The Gears playoffs. Comes across the finish line to 12. Can he improve? 53.07. Not good enough. Going to put him in 25th right now. It's right along with another Gears Cup Series contender. 52.99, lap number 1 for Justin Shoup. And a new thing that I heard that just dropped recently is Shoup Check. Almost like a poop tech, but it's Justin Shoup. And it looks like qualifying has finished. He did not make it. But Mike DeWalt and Perrin Huggins on your front row. Let's see if we can get a conversation. Mike DeWalt, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Pole sitter tonight for the Yellawood 250. I feel like I've been talking to you a lot lately, but it is the playoffs and you're making your push. How you feeling tonight?
Feeling good. That's 2 plate tracks in a row that we grabbed the pole, so we're definitely as fast as Xfinity Internet tonight.
As fast as Xfinity Internet indeed. Rocket Racing looking like they're trying to make a push here late in the season. I know there's only one win amongst your teammates, and we're not going to say who that is. We're not going to have that conversation right now. That's a conversation for another time. But do you think you can add to that here tonight at Talladega?
Absolutely. All these plate tracks this year, we've run well. They had a chance to win it typically on the last lap, and then something just happens. It seems to be. And so hopefully it doesn't happen again this time around, but even if it does, hopefully end up in the top 10, move on to the next round.
Well, Mike, I wish you the best of luck, my friend, and yeah, give her hell, man.
Thanks.
That was Mike DeWalt in the number 9 machine for Rocket Racing. Your pole sitter tonight. Let's see if I can get another interview. Let's see what I can get. Not many people in the chats here tonight, but let's talk to somebody we are familiar with. 84 of Brad Gutierrez. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, Brad. You're doing well as well. I would imagine, as you are sitting currently 4th in points, 2 wins on the year. Talladega, Yellawood 250. How you feeling about it?
I mean, I would say I feel great, but I am having currently internet issues, so I don't feel too great.
Oh shit!
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you mean. If your internet shits out tonight, who besides you do you think would win?
I'm gonna hope that Jake Hall wins. One of my buddies in here, he needs to win anyway. Skyler as well. I'm gonna hope that he wins. But Perrin, he's really good. Van Drugman in here, he's really good. So it'll probably be between one of them.
P. Huggies in the house tonight, as you mentioned, Brad. Good luck tonight, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
84 of Brad Gutierrez in the booth for the pre-race show. Again, tonight's race is sponsored by Whiskey Business Motorsports, as they are graciously offering $50 to 1, 2, and 3. Again, 25 for first, 15 for second, and a cool $10 for third. Big shout out to Donut Box Cup Series. Beautiful race at Daytona Monday night. Looking forward to Bristol next week. Again, you guys will see that live about 7:15 Central Time, 8:15 Eastern. But here we go. The warm-up is finished, and they're getting ready for their quick pep talk, as it were. And then we will do our grid walk. Not the gritty, but a proper grid walk.
Food price.
Yikes. Again, Richmond next week for 8 playoff drivers. Again, this cuts down in half. Again, you have 94 laps of racing here tonight. 4 tire sets, 70% fuel, no fast repairs. And iRacing controls these caution flags. These guys are trying to get their shit together. Let's go down on the track. Everybody appears to be there. If you look at the grid as it stands here tonight for your Yellawood 250. Again, 33 drivers in the field tonight. And we are happy to have them. Let's do our grid walk tonight, courtesy of Whiskey Business Motorsports. Let's do it. Mike DeWalt in number 9, your pole sitter in row 1. Outside him is going to be the 8 of Perrin Huggins. Row 2, you have the 26 of Jonathan Evans and the 97 of Logan Morris. Caden Dietrich in the 024 and the twin 24 Nathan Fuller in row 3. Row 4, you have the 84 of Brad Gutierrez and the 98 of Jay Call. You have Skylar Comstock and Van Drugman, Matthew Weeks, Josh Cole, Brandon Meyer, Ryan Robertson, Connor Rowe, Jonathan Militia, David Tucker, Keaton Salyers, Stephen Gurley Jr., Justin Shoup, Blake Snyder, Tyrone Reed, Kyle Munson, Tristan Acevedo, Kyle Munson, Travis Stroney, Floyd Stewart, Jeff Gilmore, Chase Crawl, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Dustin Wells, Trey Holmes, and Matt Albert. Again, had to go through that kind of quickly. Had that music way too loud in my ears. Hopefully it wasn't too loud for you. And if it was, now it's good. How's it going tonight, Tom Perrin? It's going great, brother. Very excited to be here. Very excited for the Gears Cup Series moving forward here tonight. Again, race 3 of 3 in the first round. 16 will be 8. It's like Survivor, but only cooler. This is the Gears Cup Series on Casa de la Horseboat. Like I mentioned, and I will tell you again, it is 94 laps of hot action. Gold banners above that windshield means they are playoff series contenders. Lights are off. You know what that means. It is go time.
Green.
Here we go. Green flag racing for the Yellawood 250 for the Gears Cup Series. as they go down the backstretch of Talladega. Aaron Huggins, Mike DeWalt. Oh, we see lane switching. Does not get any better than this, folks. Aaron Huggins lane switching early, causing chaos. Logan Morris nowhere to go, has to pop outside. Nate Fuller taking that middle lane, and everybody who exists with him. Aaron Huggins, your leader of lap 1. Rocket Racing now connecting together the 24 and the 9. Let's see if they'll work together. Visual Exotic says, let's go 448. Little crazy on the start, but everybody settled down nicely. Justin in that middle lane, pulling up, trying to make room in front of Connor Rowe. No bueno. Aaron Huggins, your leader so far, but let's take a look back at the 69 with the come and go. Jonathan Militia right on board. Again, 70% fuel capacity, so they're going to have to save a little bit. If it goes green flag racing, strategy will come in. Logan Morris flying up on the outside there in the 97. But you're riding on board with Jonathan Militia currently in 12th. Caden Dietrich, your new leader, out in front. Believe it, I believe the 8 made contact with the wall there. Don't quote me on it, but it might have happened. David Tucker down right behind Matthew Weeks, making a push for the front. As they say in Superspeedway, if you are fast, then be fast. You don't want to get caught up in that middle of the pack. We're keeping it real goes wrong. Dietrich, Huggins, Evans, Gutierrez, and Van Drugman, your top 5. Speaking of that, let's ride on board with old 8-time Van Drugman.
Caution, yellow flag.
Yellow flag is out. Let's find out what the hell happened. And back that ass up for the Gears Cup Series instant replay. And it looks like when there's smoke, there's fire. And let's see what has transpired. Not sure who it was. Let's see what happened here. Josh Cole looks like he's involved. Stephen Gurley biting the dust. And let's see what transpired here. What the hell happened up front? Let's find Jake Hall if we can. Slow it down here. Get the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Looks like Militia giving the old gush push. Jonathan and Militia there. Josh Cole. It was kind of a chain reaction almost. The 28 of Comstock getting involved in that. Hall and Cole hitting the hole. Connor Rowe making Chase Crawl eat some dust. Thought that was Gurley, but that looks like the 91 of Chase Crawl. So that is unfortunate. Looks like 91, of Dustin Wells. Correct myself there. Let's watch it one more time. See what happened. Let's ride on board with the 69 of Jonathan Militia. See what happened here. Yeah, the way I see it, and this is just me speculating, so don't take me verbatim. It looked like ahead of them, Josh Cole and Floyd got a really wicked run. Floyd came down on Cole, yeah, pretty quick, and then forced that reaction with Holland Militia, with the 91 of Dustin Wells getting involved, and others. Logan Morris now your current leader. Paint scheme on the 29 Gurley car was confirmed correct on the driver's view. It looked like Gurley's car. That's what we're talking about. If we're not, I apologize. But that is a first caution, which I hope is one of the few. Again, hopefully you have a nice beverage if you're not racing in this. If you're hanging out, please feel free to contribute to the chat. I'll talk with you. Once we get under a longer green flag run, we'll do our first loose and loud of the evening. And it looks like some people have pitted maybe for gas. As far as I can tell, Logan Morris and Floyd Stewart being the brave two to stay out. 51 tonight. Got big aspirations to win the Yellawood 250. He wants to be a Gears winner. Has not won a race in this league yet. Again, part of Horseboat Motorsports. Got to give him a lot of. I give him a lot of shit. But I like the guy. I like the young man. Got a lot of heart. That's what we go for at Horseboat Motorsports. You got a heart, brother? You're on this damn team. Get on my team. I'll sign you. Pretty excited for the future. As far as 2025 Gears Cup Series action goes, looks like Caden Dietrich and Perrin Huggins on your front row. A lot of cool things on the horizon. I like to tease because I can't tell you yet. But we're excited. Again, Perrin Huggins, Caden Dietrich. Caden Dietrich will have control in the Geico restart zone. You got Van Drugman and Jonathan Evans, row 2, with Matthew Weeks and David Tuker in row 3. In row 4, you have Chase Crawl in the 23 and the 999 of Justin Shoup in row 4. In row 5, and rounding out your top 10 is Travis Stroney and Brad Gutierrez. Eight and the 024 are friends, and they're banging doors, having a good time. Gotta love that camaraderie. So hopefully you don't break a damn toe link. The pace car and lights are off. Should be heading the pit lane. The 024 has control in the Geico restart zone. As we get set to go back at it. The Gears Cup Series Yellawood 250, race 27-33.
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go, getting back at it. And the 8 and the 024 are pals. Oh, and a move! Evans is like, you're not my dad. Get the hell out my way. Oh, Gutierrez giving 999 a shove he couldn't take. A lot of tension. I think you can feel it. You can. I sure as hell can. Maybe after a couple more cocktails, I won't. But 3 wide. They're racing like it's the last lap, but dear Lord, we are not even close. 3 wide, 4 rows abreast. I just wanted to say abreast. Kate Dietrich, that outside lane is looking hot, but the middle lane and the low lane are looking mighty inviting too. It depends on what you prefer. If you are an aficionado of restrictor plate racing, you have your proverbial pick. The inside, the middle, or the outside. Everywhere you go, you got a few numbers, but it looks like the outside is beginning to form. And that inside train could be rolling here in a lap or two. Kane Dietrich getting shoved out. And he makes room. He says, no, this is where I park my car. Baron Huggins back out in the lead. David Tucker not far behind in that 4. On the outside, leading the charge. Again, 10 laps in, and it's this hot and heavy. I cannot wait to see what the finale is going to bring us in Las Vegas. Let's ride on board with the Old Spice, El Diablo, Ryan Robertson. Nickname is El Diablo. It's like a fighting chicken or something. Again, saving would be smart here. But again, who the hell am I? I'm in the booth. Oh, did you see moves happening down to the inside? Van Drugman now your leader. The 8th time this season. Making his prominence known to the rest of the group. Getting pushed by Matthew Weeks is ascending from God for the 4 team. Cannot close the door on the 45. Has to go up a block chase call with a beautiful Callaway call. Paint scheme. 45 out in front. Van Drugman, what do you say? Oh, banging doors and we got a caution. Let's back that ass up with the Gears Cup Series instant replay. And by golly, they center. Look at it in real time, see how this played out. Oh, and it looks like Huggins and Evans banged doors, and it looks like some other cars paid the price for that. Let's watch it back on the blimp cam, see what we can see here. Let's follow along. Let's follow along with the 26 here and see what happens again. This is detrimental to some of these guys here tonight. Oh, they look, yeah, they went for the same spot. Just a racing incident. Keaton Salyers getting involved in that. Unfortunately, Comstock, Militia, Matthew Weeks. We'll take a look one more time. It's like, oh, 8. Oh, wow. That is nutty. And all these guys going down pit lane. Not typical of this field to make 2 cautions this early, but you know what? We're not hating on that. When we go back, Green Flag Racing, we will do tonight's first rendition of our Loose and Loud. So get ready for that. Monday night, Donut Box Cup Series is at Bristol Motor Speedway. Be here to see all the action Monday night starting around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:15 p.m. Central. Again, very happy to have the Donut Box Cup Series a part of what we do here at Casa de la Horseboat. Very blessed to be a part of their series and what they bring to the table. Again, Donut Box Cup Series Monday nights here on Twitch.tv. Van Drugman, most recent pit cycle, is now your leader. One more sponsor I'll bring up, as I've actually reached out to them and they responded. We might get something going here. Dalen Dawson, $7 on Steam. A lot of the Gears crew, or I should say some of the Gears crew, plays it. We love it. If you never knew what it feels like to be in an office, this is a perfect simulator for you. Or if you've ever watched the show The Office and want to recreate some of the fun stuff that happens there, this is the game for you. Pick it up today. Dalen Dawson Stationary Supplies on Steam. Looking forward to next week's race. Who's going to make the Great 8? We'll bring it back in just so you can see as we go through. Now, I don't have live updates. This isn't Fox or NBC. We don't have people behind me doing this shit. This is coming in before the race, post-Daytona road course. This is what you're looking at. Again, for some of these guys, Keaton Salyer's involved in that incident. Jonathan Evans involved in that incident, as was Skylar Comstock. So, not good, no bueno, but hopefully they'll be able to dig out from that. Again, it is Talladega. It is anybody's race here so far. And leading the way and having control in the Geico restart zone is going to be the 45 of Van Drugman. Then you're going to have, looks like, the 4 of David Tucker, the 66 of Ryan Robertson, the 23 of Chase Krall, the 84 of Brad Gutierrez, the 8 of Perrin Huggins, the 11 of Matthew Weeks, the 28 of Skylar Comstock, the 9 of Michael DeWalt, and the 24 of Nathan Fuller, rounding out your top 10. Once I figure out how to stream with my Oculus 2, 3, whatever it is, 2, whatever. Showing you some Golf Plus here on my stream. I'm fucking terrible, but it is awesome to play. Especially when you're playing the likes of Jonathan Militia. Makes it that much more entertaining. Again, as I mentioned, Van Drugman having control of the Geico restart zone. Smokey! Holy shit, bro. Resubscribe for 2 months in Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 4 months in a row. Good luck, Freedom United. Freedom United and Independence Motorsports has been a very welcoming group of people. Much love to that team. And Smokey, much love to you for resubscribing. Again, grateful as I am, we're going to get back at it for the Yellawood 250. The 45 has control, and here
Green flag,
we
green
go.
Flag.
Green, green, green. Looks like Tyrone Reed sandbagging in the back, trying to stay out of everybady's way. Here they come down the back stretch. David Tucker in that outside line taking control. Chase Crawl right behind him trying to make a push. Ryan Robertson, El Diablo, going to the inside and trying to take the lead. He's got help from 45 and the 8. The 8 is undecided. Like the person who's decided if they like the new Lincoln Park or not. I'm on the fence. I don't even know. David Tucker in the 4, the 23 of Chase Crawl, 1 and 2. Matthew Weeks, Mike DeWalt, and Ryan Robertson, your top 5, but that is interchangeable at the moment. DeWalt in the DeWalt Tools 100, years number 9, going to the inside. Again, some of these drivers, they are aggressive early. And I don't know, just by watching some of this, is it worth it? Is it worth it this early? We've seen some that it's devastated Josh Cole being in that group, potentially. His playoff hopes are over. Big shout out to the 88. Trey Holmes. His car is looking crispy tonight in that 88 machine. Pushing his way up to the front, not taking no for an answer. I mean, you probably should. Perrin Huggins and that Chattas out front. Perrin Huggins, Caden Dietrich, Mike DeWalt, Chase Crawl, and Brad Gutierrez, your top 5. And then 3 wide. That outside line is cooking, and they intend to keep it that way for now. But David Tucker is leading that inside line. The more support they get, the more competitive they'll be. Brandon Meyer. Another one of those undecided decides to tuck back in the outside. Another one just entering into the frame is that Stroh's Landscaping. Was in no man's land for the moment, but now closing up to the back end of the 26. Jonathan Militia in no man's land in the middle lane. Not unfamiliar for him because he gets no benching. The 8 and the 9 side by side. Well, a lane apart, but 2 abreast going into 1 and 2. Hula Girl Tommy, what is up? What is going on? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Got some Talladega tap here for you. Yakko Mode 11. TTV, I just wanted to survive for once. Shit, you're still surviving. You're still alive, brother. It's okay. Hopefully you're having a beverage and hanging out. I appreciate the love and the support tonight. Supporting the Gears Cup Series. Huggins and DeWalt. DeWalt leading that lap. Kate Dietrich to the inside and letting it ride. Get on board for our first loose and loud of the evening, courtesy of Whiskey Business Motorsports. it back like you know I can. That was a Whistle Loud courtesy of Whiskey Business Motorsports. Again, winner of tonight's race, getting a cool $25 cash. Second place gets $15. And third basically gets their buyback a cool $10. Aaron Huggins, Kate Dietrich, Van Drugman, Skylar Comstock, and Keaton Salyers, your top 5. Matthew Weeks, Brandon Myers, Stephen Gurley, David Tucker, Mike DeWan, interchangeable by the second. Matthew Weeks challenging for the lead. Aaron Huggins again. This super speedway racing is some of the best that Gears can do and Gears can offer you. I would go out on a limb to say that Gears has some of the most exciting super speedway racing in all of iRacing. Again, big claim that might be. The proof is in the pudding. Matthew Weeks, your leader now. David Tucker, Trey Holmes, Stephen Gurley Jr., and Brandon Meyer, your top 5. Van Drugman, Aaron Huggins, Kate Dietrich, Jonathan Fletcher, and Houston Fuller, your top 10. And if you're having beverages, I am too. Like the lead is okay right now. Coming up with some lap traffic. Looks like Tyrone Reed being a part of that. Getting put a lap down. Wish I could get Tyrone on the radio here, but I don't see him anywhere. Let's see what's going on with his car. Matthew Weeks in the 11 again. A good sight to see up near the front with the 213 Simware sponsor machine, or at least it looked like it. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. I am. Looks like a designs group. My sincere apologies for that. 29 of 94 complete in race 27 of 33. Again, if you don't know about the Gears Cup Series or Gears Racing League, we like to run one big league. We don't like to separate it up into 2 separate seasons in a year. I don't know. This sounds cool, in my opinion. Coolness aside, we have gotten out to single file position. Stephen Gurley Jr., the man with no number on his car, again, can put together a cool paint scheme. But where the hell is his number, man? Somebody's got to talk to him. There needs to be an intervention here. Maybe one of these guys can do it. Keaton Salyers, right there in the 19 Me Machine. Kingsport, Tennessee. Man of the people, working in retail, will serve you with customer service so good. Oh, and the leader gets put out. Aaron Huggins saves it. He saves it. No caution, green flag. We stay. Let's back that ass up real quick. In the Gears Cup Series instant replay, let's see what happened here between. Looks like Van Drugman and Aaron Huggins. Ooh, baby. Ooh, mama. And that was dangerous. And not Russell Wilson dangerous. Van Drugman inherits the lead after playing Hitman 3 on Aaron Huggins. Joking aside, that was pretty brutal. I gotta say. Van Drugman, David Tucker, Trey Holmes, Matthew Weeks, Keaton Salyers, your top 5. Kate Dietrich, Nathan Fuller, Kyle Munson, Logan Morris, and Chase Wall. Rounding out your top 10. Biggest mover of the night started 31st up to 3rd. is that man in the National Guard 88 machine, Trey Holmes, having himself a good run here at Talladega so far. Van Drugman looking to make it race win number 9. But if I'm a bet man, and I do gamble from time to time, I would imagine 45's not going to win this thing. David Tucker to the inside, and there he goes with the Ford Mustang machine. Oh, bumping and running. Kane Dietrich, the victim right there. Wow, a lot of bumping and banging. That 88 front end is just pushed in. It's not a Camaro anymore, it's a Ford. Look at that.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution is out as I'm looking at a bumper. Oh, Blake Schneider and Jonathan Evans involved with Tristan Avocado Acevedo. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and it looks like Josh Cole clipping Robertson, clipping Jonathan Militia. Cole trying to play it safe, but ended up straight homicide on this group trying to catch the front back. Yeah, that was terrifying. Oh, shit! And Blake Schneider eats it with Tristan Acevedo, a victim as well. Let's back that up one more time. I didn't expect that. That kind of surprised me. Holy shit. He's like, yeah, man, this is all good. It's all good. And that car's fucked. Pardon my language, but it is the truth. The 26 in trouble, so is the 6. David Tucker now taking his talents to South Beach, or should I say pit lane. A lot to unravel here in the Yellawood 250. There's some guys who have been in trouble that are playoff contenders. And to be real, this has been a wild ride so far. Getting a couple cautions. Nothing serious to write home about, but we have just under 70 laps to go. Makes you wonder who's going to walk away the winner, who's going to make it in the top 8. Hopefully I have the top 8 for you tonight before we end this program. But if we don't, it will be on our Twitter page. Again, if you are not familiar with our Twitter page, and I'll put up the ad that we have here currently. What the hell? Don't do that to me. It's not nice, girlfriend. So again, on X, we are Gears Racing. On Instagram, we are Gears Racing, as well as YouTube. You can see all of that by Gears Racing on X. I do believe tonight we will post the top 8 and congratulate them for moving on into the second round. I know I probably just dropped that on our admin team, but the people deserve to know. Stephen Gurley. I thought it was Tyler Gurley crossbreed. That's weird. Stephen Gurley Jr., your leader here for now. The car with no number. See if he'll pit here. As we are nearing just under 70 laps to go to the conclusion of this one. Third caution of the night. But it has been a competitive start to the Yellawood 250. I think when we cross the line here this time by, Stephen Gurley Jr. is going to be the leader, and he's going to get to choose his lane in which he will control the Geico restart zone. Again, next week for the Gears Cup Series, the round of 8 at Richmond Raceway. It is going to be a night race in the same bat time, same bat channel here, starting at 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central, only here on Talladega Horseman. Again, pace car lights are off. That means we are going back to green flag racing next time by Stephen Gurley and Chase Krall. Your front row, Keaton Salyers and David Tucker. Row 2, Van Drugman and Justin Shoup. Row 3, Matthew Weeks and Caden Dietrich. Row 4, and rounding out your top 10 is Kyle Munson and Michael DeWalt. Again, a quick flash at the points one more time before we go back to green flag racing. Kyle Munson right on that line. Keaton Salyers, Matt Albert are the 3 to watch out for, as is Brandon Meyer and Jake Hall. The car with no number is going to lead us off in the Geico restart zone. And I am looking forward to get back to green flag racing here for the Yellawood 250 right here at Talladega Horseboat. Pace car pulling off. We are going to resume this race. Yet again, sponsored by Whiskey Business Motorsports, providing the payout for tonight's race.
Green, green, green.
And here we go, green flag racing, resuming the Yellawood 250. Gurley leading that low line, but Cooper leading that secondary line right up the middle and to the lead. Kate Dietrich, Mike DeWalt, Perrin Huggins right behind him with Matthew Weeks. That is a solid 5 on the top row. If I was Van Drugman, I would feel very good trailing those group of drivers to the inside. Gurley, Salyers, Munson, Robertson, and Floyd Stewart. Again, a lot of these drivers on an inside line, if you think about it just for a split second, outside of the 19. Gurley, Munson, Robertson looking to make a name for themselves in the Gears Cup Series. Again, Munson, a mainstay here for the past couple seasons. It'd be awesome to see number 40 up front here tonight. Tucker now moving down to the bottom lane. Caden Dietrich and company leading that outside line. Mike DeWalt yet to be on the back bumper. He's going middle. No help. Caden Dietrich easy in that 0.24 for a lap led. Now, ladies, I don't want you to get excited. You see that 8 car, you see the Cheddars. He's a single man. Don't go attacking his Twitter page all at once. But that 8 car is looking for a victory tonight. If anybody can get it, it is Perrin Huggins. Jokingly, I call him P. Huggies. Seriously, I call him a potential Gears Cup Series champion. In front of him is going to be Caden Dietrich. He's going to push him here for now. Justin Shoup in the 999 Coors Banquet Beers machine, creeping up into third. And now Justin, something you got to know about this man. He's a war vet. He's a strong, capable personality that accomplishes anything he puts his mind to. And that 999 is trying to get up front and lead some laps. That Coors Banquet Beers machine trying to lay it down for his teammates. Another impressive driver in that Callaway. I say driver like it's a golf term, which I kind of implied. Out in front in second as well, that Callaway Golf Toyota Camry. I lied to you, it's a Chevrolet Camaro. Hopefully you were paying attention. But it's Huggins, Krall, Tucker, Gurley, and Dietrich, your top five, with Justin Shoup, Keaton Salyers, Logan Morris, Kyle Munson, and Brandon Meyer, your top 10. Chase contenders, playoff contenders, whatever you want to call them, Perrin Huggins right there. Keaton Salyers right there, Justin Shoup, Kyle Munson. Van Drugman, your top 10. Brandon Meyer right there as well. Again, Brandon Meyer, if you're not familiar, is our Sprocket Series champion, our inaugural season of that, which was a great series. I raced in it, was leading in points into the last race. Brandon came out and was lights out. He was great in Las Vegas, bringing home the checkered flag and the championship. The 19 Me Machine, Keaton Salyers out in front, 2022 Gears Cup Series champion. Here we go. Caden Dietrich to the outside, getting help from Perrin Huggins and Justin Shoup. Brandon Meyer right there as well. Travis Strone in the Stroh's Landscaping Machine, taking to that inside line, trying to help keep that momentum. Salyers for the moment was up near the front. He didn't dice thing too much and ended up just outside of the top 10. Now again, if you like the Gears Cup Series, you like the Gears Racing League, you like what you see, give us a follow here. This is the exclusive home of the Gears Racing League. I should say the Cup Series. Matthew Weeks in the 11 out in front. And this is going to lead us in near to our halfway point for another Loose and Loud, brought to you by meandyourmom.com. Breaking up our Loose and Loud to interrupt Haas 110 with the follow this minute. Thank you for that, and bring us up to 468 followers on this channel. Much appreciated, and thank you for following Casa de la Horseboat. only have a half a face, Floyd. I hope somebody clips this and shows you this because you only have a half a face. What the fuck? Oh, Jake Hall's my favorite display picture ever. I love it. Smartberg in the house. Bringing you back in now from the Gears Loose and Loud. Again, I think that was our second one of the evening. Thank you for so much for hanging out. 29 chose a different paint scheme with a number, but there was an issue with it joining the live stream. That's been like for like 3 weeks, bro. I don't know. Again, big shout out for the resubscribe and the follow. Much love. Again, Jake Hall, one of my new favorite. Gotta bring this back one more time. He is so happy in this picture. Hopefully he hunted a buck shortly after. Aaron Huggins, Matthew Weeks, Van Drucken, Kate Dietrich, and David, 2 through your top 5. Tristan Acevedo, Mike DeWalt, Jake Hall, Travis Stroney, and Brandon Meyer rounding out your top 10. Again, this is hot and heavy, 3 wide, 2 abreast. Robertson and Salyer's teammates now with that shake and bake combination theme car. Cars, I should say. Plural, not singular. Wouldn't it be amazing for a 1-2 finish for this 19 and the 66? But going their separate ways, choosing lines here for the moment. Looks like they're teaming up with Brandon Meyer. Friends, I would imagine, with that team. Perrin Huggins, your leader out in front. Again, don't worry, next week we will be at Richmond Raceway for a night race for the round of 8. Right here at Casa de la Horse Boat. Start our stream up about 7:45 Eastern Time, 6:45 Central if you live in the Midwest. Jake Hall now out to the lead playoff contender, making his presence felt in tonight's race in the Yellawood 250. Again, this race, 52 laps in of 94. Pit stops, I would imagine, will have to happen in the next 10 laps or so. Skylar Comstock to the outside in that natural light beer machine. Brandon Meyer not having any of it, putting him out to the outside lane, working with Perrin Huggins in that middle lane. Dietrich trying to make it work, clearing the 19 of Salyers, going to do so and being competitive, bringing that middle lane to the front. See Mike DeWalt there, Van Drugman there, Kyle Munson, Tristan Acevedo. But Matthew Weeks, your leader, currently starting in 12th. Now your leader, biggest mover of the night. So far is tied with Kyle Munson and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., both 16 spots from where they began. But Matt Albert, I digress. is your man who has moved up the most. Dead last. Up 18 spots now, up in the 15th. Kudos to the man with the only win for Rocket Racing this season. See Travis Stroney behind him as well as Justin Shoup, so he is in good company. But again, it's super speedway racing. You don't see anybody else with a 20-second lead on the field or anything like that. It all depends on the draft and what you bring to the table as a racer. As a super speedway guy myself, I tend to lurk. I don't like to sit there right up front if I don't have to. I try to sit in the back. So a lot of these guys that like Matt Albert, you know, I'm going to talk about him just as an example. He's where I would be if I was in the position that he is in currently. He's on the lead lap. No need to panic. Again, you can't win the race on lap 56. It's lap 94 that you need to win that race on. So as long as you're hanging around, staying out of trouble, you should be good. This field is usually good for a long green flag run, which they are doing right now. My heart stopped because I saw Caden Dietrich cut off the 51 of Floyd Stewart, but it was a little bit larger of a gap than I thought. But I digress. Again, side-by-side racing at Talladega. Nobody really getting away from the other, which will set us up for a dramatic finish for the Yellawood 250. And ultimately deciding who's going to finish in the top 8 in the standings and move on to the second round of 3 rounds. See a lot of action unfolding here to the front. Brandon. Looks like Brandon Meyer now is your leader. Perrin Huggins, Kane Dietrich. Whoa, holy cow! Van Druckmann almost took out the middle section of the field, but was able to carry it forward and not harm anyone. Let's ride on board with the 45. I'm curious to see what he's doing here on the track. Riding on board with Van Druckmann, has 8 wins on the season so far. That is including regular season and postseason. One of the few locks into the top 8. But a lot of spoilers here. There's no doubt about it. Matthew Weeks is a non-playoff driver. David Tucker, a non-playoff driver. Tristan Acevedo, a non-playoff driver. Kate Dietrich, a non-playoff driver, all inside of the top 10. '98 getting cut off by the 024. Floyd Stewart, the tail end of this lead pack, and then Logan Morrison, Matt Albert out in no man's land. To me, that is not good. Matthew Weeks, David Tukers, Keaton Salyer, Perrin Huggins, and Caden Dietrich, your top 5. Jake Hall, Mike DeWalt, Brandon Meyer, Kyle Munson, and Tristan Acevedo. Round here, your top 10. In Talladega, one of those racetracks where literally anybody has a puncher's chance if you keep your car straight, if you can draft properly. There is an art, though, to super speedway racing that I think gets lost in some of the drivers who are highly skilled in the short tracks intermediates. They take super speedway racing as almost like a gimme. But there is an art to it. for me, I feel like I don't think I've mastered it, but I've been close enough where I can kind of decide how I'm going to finish and stay out of the way of trouble. Sometimes I would consider it luck of the draw. Other times I would consider it skill. But super speedway racing, it's almost like a slot machine. You never know what you're going to get with the group or the field that you're participating with. Right now, as you see this field all the way from first all the way to back to 18th, we are single file. Get inside, almost 34 laps of racing left to go of this cutoff race. Again, the field of 16 will be cut in half, down to 8 by the end of this race. Matthew Weeks, our leader and a non-playoff driver, trying to spoil this party. I will mention that this is the only super speedway on our schedule the rest of the way. So September 27th, we have Richmond. October 4th, we have Auto Club. October 11th, we have Homestead, Miami. And then Darlington, Bristol, and Las Vegas. Bristol and Las Vegas, notably most likely night races. Riding now on board with the 33 machine of Brandon Meyer. Again, it says 34, but he is really the 33. And here we go in a pit lane for them. Looks like who they have been working with. Matthew Weeks containing the lead so far. Again, Brandon Meyer, our Sprocket Series champion. It would be historic if he was able to conjure a somehow getting into the top 8 and winning this championship. Odds are against him, obviously. Base Puppy reaches out, says, I'm hearing chatter that the pit cycle will be starting this night. Thank you, Larry Mack, with the updates right live in the chat. Again, if you are working as a driver, if you are a fan of a driver or a person that is your friend, Base Puppy is our, as long as he's in race control, you're going to get the inside scoop on what these guys are going to do. Again, as you mentioned, Base Puppy. Pit stops are happening. Keaton Salyers, your leader. Kind of out on his own. Like he's like, screw you, mom and dad, I'm leaving. I'm moving out on my own. That's bad here if you're at Talladega because you get ran down by the 12, the 21, and the 999. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in that Haas 12 machine. Looks like he's going to lead a lap here at Talladega. Give it up for the 12. I'm going to throw a 12 in the chat. Let's go 12. Non-playoff contender, my ass. The man from Worth and the guy who's saving every strand of hair he has. It's your leader of the Yellawood 250. And to be fair, I'm saving every strand of hair myself. Let's be real. He leads a lap, and he's going to lead some more because he does not give a shit. Robert Fitzpatrick, Justin Shoup, Travis Stroney, Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, your top 5. Van Drugman, Kate Dietrich, Perrin Huggins, and Brad Gutierrez. Outside, just inside your top 10, excuse me. We're going to keep it focused here on the 12 and when he decides to pit. Looks like he may be on a different schedule than everybody else, but I am not sure. Do not quote me on that. And it looks like he might be out of gas. Let's ride on board and see what happens. Okay, I don't think he's out of gas, but he's definitely pitting this time by. Matthew Weeks will assume the lead as he is in 3 and 4 currently. Excuse me, 1 and 2 makes me a liar. So Fitzpatrick going to have a mega amount of time if he can get his ass into his pit stall. Good Lord. Matthew Week coming in 3 again. He's currently in second place. What is the 12 doing? He's getting tires. Tires and fuel. As here comes the 11. He's going to assume the lead, passing the 12 car. And here we go. This is your group. Matthew Weeks, David Jr., Mike DeWalt, Kate Dietrich, and Van Drugman, your top 5. With Perrin Huggins, Brad Gutierrez, Skyler Comstock, Kyle Munson, and Jake Hall, your top 10. Again, Trey Holmes looking like he is a lap down. Been trying to keep pace with the leaders again. Looks like he may be the lucky dog. Yes, he would be the lucky dog, I believe. Yes, he would be the lucky dog, I have confirmed. Brandon Meyer, your leader currently. A lot of different pit strategies coming into play right now. With Brandon Meyer running around in 11th, and you have Matthew Weeks out in 1st. I don't know why I thought he was the leader. He is not. He is in 11th. Matthew Weeks is in 1st. David Tucker, Mike DeWalt, Kate Dietrich, and Van Drugman, your top 5. Let's ride on board with the 8-time winner this season. The 8-time. Get inside of 30 laps to go. Van Drugman was on our TikTok today, calling it that he's winning this race. Now, he's not a guy that I would assume that is a fantastic speedway racer. As far as I know, he hates speedway race, super speedway racing. But a win, and to make win number 9 tonight would be huge. And it looks like, I mean, you can tell the rest of the field gives him kind of the respect that one with 8 wins would deserve. Weeks, Tucker, DeWalt, Dietrich, and Drugman, your top 5 with Perrin Huggins, Brad Gutierrez, Skyler Comstock, Kyle Munson, and Jake Hall rounding on your top 10. At the top of your screen, 26 laps to go at the conclusion of the Yellawood 250. Again, if you are familiar with the Gears Cup Series, you know we do not do stage racing. That is over with. We also do not have any fast repairs. So these drivers you see have been through the grind and have worked their way up through the field all night long. 94 laps will decide this one. Maybe in overtime if we're lucky. But appreciate y'all along for the ride. Again, Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Mike DeWalt, Dietrich, Van Drugman, your top 5, Perrin Huggins, Brad Gutierrez, Skyler Comstock, Kyle Munson, and Jake Hall rounding out your top 10. 25 laps to go to the conclusion of the Yellawood 250. see Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Mike DeWalt, Dietrich Van Druckmann. Getting some space. Trey Holmes right in the mix there, a lap down. But staying with the group, looks like his crew worked on the nose of that car. Looks like it's back out and looking fresh. Again, as dramatic as the first part of the race was, we have kind of calmed down, but I imagine that will change inside of 5 laps to go. So we're just getting to that end point. They're going to have to pit one more time. Base Puppy, if you are listening, let me know if that's the case. I believe if I've done the math, if the math is mathing, they're going to have to pit one more time at least. As soon as Matthew Weeks crosses that start-finish line, we will have 22 laps to go at Talladega. Bro, I don't even want to talk about your profile pic. Hopefully you guys are still together and doing well. But she's not driving your damn car. Props to her for being a trooper and taking that picture with your ugly ass. Matthew Weeks, your leader, started 12th and now out into first. 15th place starter, David Tucker in second. Your pole sitter, Mike DeWalt, in third. And your 5th place starter, Kate Dietrich, in fourth. Base Puppy reports. I've heard confirmation from the second pack that some can't make it. The majority of the field is leaning on a caution and over another green flag stop. What they're hopeful for and what may happen may not be the same thing. If that's the case, either way, we're going to see some dramatic finishes. Some people that are not going to be able to make it on fuel. Some of those may not have self-control. As I speak it, some come to pit lane. Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Brandon Meyer, and Trey Holmes, a part of that posse. Mike DeWalt, pole sitter, assume the lead. 20 laps to go, Yellawood 250. And here we go, more green flag pit stops again, just to ensure that they can make it to the end. I do not blame them for that move. But Matt Albert getting the lead a lap. Kudos to the Irwin Tools 48 team and Rocket Racing for making that happen. It's almost like the passing of like a long sprint for track and field. Passing the baton to one Rocket Racing teammate to another. And that's what the 9 did for the 48 there. Hard commit from the front pack. Yeah, I believe it. Let's bring in, if I can, just for a moment, Nate Williams. Nate Williams, I'm sorry to bring you in while you're doing your thing. How are you tonight here, brother?
Oh, pretty good. Some very interesting racing.
We appreciate the feedback in the Twitch chat. How has the chat been here tonight? Has it been competitive or has it been pretty quiet?
It's been pretty active. There's been a lot of shots back and forth between some people as things have unfolded on track, but right now it's a lot of strategy communication, trying to figure out who's doing what. Pretty much everyone where they are trying to figure out what the plan is to finish out this race. As we saw the entire leading pack pretty much hard commit on the pit. We now have what was the second pack now leading the race. They're talking right now about what they're going to do because they're all at least 5 laps short. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here.
That is amazing information. I do appreciate your time. We'll get you back in race control. Thank you, Nate Williams, for that inside information.
No problem.
Again, that was Nate Williams doing race control tonight for the Yellawood 250. Thank you very much for him to join us at that moment in time. Matt Albert still your leader. Keaton Salyers, Tristan Acevedo, Floyd Stewart, Travis Stroney. Your top 5 with Justin Shoup, Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Caden Dietrich, and Mike DeWalt rounding out your top 10. 17 laps to go here at Talladega. Rocket Racing has done a decent job here tonight. Keaton Salyers, again, I will say it, he is the 2022 Gears Cup Series champion. Trying to get above that cut line tonight to make it into the top 8. It would be huge tonight for him to make it. Keep that dream of 2 championships, a 2-time champion of the Gears Cup Series. You're a fan of the 448. He is right there. He is in contention. But it looks like they're going to have to pit one more time. Tristan Acevedo as well as Floyd Stewart. Floyd Stewart may need to come down sooner than the rest of this group that you're looking at. For the last time tonight, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it well. A Loose and Loud, sponsored by Casa de la Horseboat. you. I know I saw you about a week ago with the follow. I do appreciate it. And always a good time with Donut Box again Monday night at Bristol. Tune in about 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. We'll get that going on for you. Excited for Donut Box. They got a good group of drivers over there, I'll tell you that much. Getting that loose and loud was brought to you by the Casa de la Horse Boat. 11 laps to go. Matthew Weeks, the number 11 car. Can't be a coincidence, right? 10 laps to go. Matthew Weeks, David Tuber, Michael Wall, Brad Gutierrez, and Kate Dietrich, your top 5. Perrin Huggins, Skyler Comstock, Travis Stroney, Keaton Salyers, and Justin Shoup, rounding out your top 10. Focus on this front group for a minute, but there is that second group chasing them down. Michael Wall, your pole sitter, leading the second group against a group of 3. Now you see the 9, you see the 5. They are teammates. 84 is Team RTO. And a lot of different perspectives on how they think they can handle this one. Again, I believe a lot of these guys in this group know if they want any chance at all, they need to line up. They need to chase down that top 3. Excuse me, top 2. The guy who's a lap down, which is the 88 of Trey Holmes. Again, he is your lucky dog if it were to go under caution. But these guys, everybody is all set to conclude inside. 10 laps to go, 8 laps. Will we cross the finish line for the Yellawood 250? Mike DeWalt closing the gap, getting out from the 84 and the 024. From the looks of it, if the math is mathing, it's going to be close. Out the front, about a little bit over 3.5 seconds on the rest of the field. Again, these are a group of 3. Trey Holmes being your lucky dog. Looks like helping this group out. Huggins and DeWalt, your top 5. Dietrich, Skyler Comstock, Travis Stroman, Brandon Meyer, your top 10. Wanted it to keep it loud. The 11 still holding it down. Come across the line, 5 laps to go. Tucker. And it looks like lap down car of Trey Holmes. We got Brad Gutierrez leading that second group. Inside of 3.5 seconds, they should catch them, but I don't know if they will. No guarantees. Spoiler alert, Matthew Weeks. But again, you never know what's going through the mind of the 4 car. Does he make the move that you don't do? I mean, if you do, I don't blame you. But we're talking playoffs. Again, neither of the top 2 here playoff contenders. Perrin Huggins, Mike DeWalt, Skylar Comstock, Travis Stroney, Keaton Salyers, Brandon Meyer, all inside the top 10. Kyle Munson sitting outside looking in. That matters. 3 laps to go. Getting inside of 3 seconds, but I don't know if it'll be enough. They're doing all they can to make it happen. As you can see, the variance, and I feel like I'm losing my voice. Holy shit. Van Drugman trying to do anything, but looks like he's going to be 17. Not much of a factor here towards the end. His trying to go for his 9th win. Doesn't look like that's going to happen here tonight. 2 laps to go. Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Brad Gutierrez, Perrin Huggins, and Mike DeWalt, your top 5. Oh, Keaton Salyers trying to break up the dissonance, and he does. Oh my goodness. And it looks like something happened with that other field which caused them to break up. Matthew Weeks, David Tucker, Brad Gutierrez, Perrin Huggins, and Mike DeWalt coming across the start-finish line. 1 lap to go for the Yellawood 250. Off the backstretch, clear and concise. Does David Tucker make some moves? Does he make the magic? Does he send the 11 to despair? Let's see what happens here as we come across the front stretch into the tri-oval for the last lap. Coming across the start-finish line, Tucker making a move to the outside. Will he get there? No! Yes, David Tucker is your winner of the Yellawood 250. And let's review at the start and finish line here. And we will see what we can see. Let's see as they're moving in. Oh, yeah, the 4 has won the race by a nose. Let's bring it back. Boom. David Tucker, Matthew Weeks, Perrin Huggins, Mike DeWalt, and Caden Dietrich, your top 5. But yes, indeed, David Tucker is your winner of the Yellawood 250. One mindless zombie with a thumbs up. Dark Sack says, what a finish. David Tucker, your winner here tonight. Post-race interviews coming up next. Stay tuned, grab a drink, get ready for the Gears post-race show here on Casa de la Horseboat. All right, bringing you back in for the Gears Cup Series post-race show. I'll turn down this shit so you don't have to tolerate it as loudly, but still tolerate it just enough to deal with me again. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, bringing you in for the conclusion of tonight's action. What a race that was for the Yellawood 250. Again, cutting down the points or the playoff contenders from 16 to 8. We'll get that out to you as soon as we can, but let's see if we can get our third place finisher. Looks like Perrin Huggins is in the broadcast waiting room. We brought him in. Perrin, third place tonight. Not a win. Started fourth, but you finished third. How do you feel, buddy?
I feel pretty disappointed, man. I felt like I had a very fast Cheddar Chevy Camaro tonight. It just didn't work out at the end, man. That's part of plate racing. Sometimes fuel mileage, and we'll take it. And we're locked into next round, so yeah, let's bring it.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. You can't be too sad because you're moving on to the top 8. It looks like you're locked to make it. Anybody want to give a shout out to tonight?
Shout out to you for being a goated commentator, man.
Thanks, bro.
And shout out to Mike D. Wall and all the Gears admins for all the hard work they do to make this league a good league, and yeah, man, that's about it. But
Yeah, we do appreciate that, man. And as you know, you only hear so much of the bad news than the good news, but appreciate that, and I will forward that along to the admin team. Congratulations on third place finish and moving on into the field of 8.
yes, sir. Thank you so much, Tom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That is the 8 of Perrin Huggins, bringing in now the 11 of Matthew Weeks, contending for the win at the end, has to settle for second place. But Weeks, this looks like it's going to be a regular thing. Talking to you, how are you feeling with your finish tonight?
I'm feeling good. The last time I raced Dega and we were together, it was a different league. I was like really sick and I couldn't concentrate, so it was just a struggle to. So it's good to come out here and just send and just drive as hard as I can and have a good time. And upset Tooker stole it from me there at the end.
He had the run, bro. Like, we're just watching
I
it
know.
now. He had the run coming out onto the tri-oval. He waited till the last possible moment he could to finish it there, and, you know, hats off to him. But you raced a hell of a race, had everything. Looks like you had it in the bag towards the end. Unfortunately, coming home with a cool $15 and a second-place finish here tonight.
Oh yeah, man, I'll take that. And it was good. Tooker and I, we worked really good together, and I made a money call decision to pit at lap 70 or 74 coming to 75, noticing, you know, people were trying to save and we wasn't going to make it, and it worked, and it really gapped the field on us, and that really put us in the spot for us to race each other for the win. So I'm glad it was Tooker there. I tried to throw the block, but I was just a tad too late on him. So.
Anybody you want to give a shout out tonight? The floor is yours.
You know, you in the booth, man, you do a hell of a job. Shout out to Tooker and Trey. I know Trey was a lap down with damage and stuff, and he was up there helping us, so shout out to him for helping us. JV Designs on this beautiful 11 scheme, man, is my favorite scheme ever made. Everyone that watched, that was probably one of the best plate races I've ever been a part of, so I hope everyone enjoyed that. Yeah. And all the sponsors as part of the league and the people that put, you know, the money thing, that's cool. I didn't even know we were racing for money tonight, so shout out to who did that, man. That's cool, and give us
Whiskey Business Motorsports and Nate Williams you can thank for that one.
All right, man, so shout out Nate and Whiskey Williams. I didn't hear the rest, so I just heard Whiskey Williams. So yeah, shout out to those guys for
business.
Oh, Whiskey Business. See, look, I'm thinking whiskey, man. I'm like, hey, you know.
you go have yourself a cup tonight and enjoy yourselves. You got a top, you know, you're in second place. That was wonderful. Again, a non-playoff contender, but spoiling the party here in the Cup race tonight. Congratulations, Matthew Weeks.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, finishing these podiums, I'm bound to get another win soon. So.
Hell yeah, I imagine we'll be talking soon yet again. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy tonight. You finished wonderfully.
All right, man. Thank you. You too.
And that was the 11 of Matthew Weeks, and bringing in our winner, the number 4, David Tooker. Welcome. You are the winner of the Yellawood 250 and a cool winner of $25 cash, courtesy of Whiskey Business Motorsports. Man, how are you feeling after that dramatic finish?
Man, I wish I could explain the feeling of crossing the line and waiting for the ticker to update saying who won, because I didn't know who won. You know, shout out to Weeks. Like, he's a great friend of mine. We've been friends for 10 to 12 years now, so it's really cool to still be racing with him and know we can drag race like that to the line. So
it was awesome.
He's gotten a lot on me, so I finally got one on him. I think it's like 8-1 now or something like that. So I'm happy that I could get that done.
Out there. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like, you waited till the last possible second. You had the momentum and you used it. Like, at first, when I saw you cross the finish, I didn't think it was you, and also I was like, "Holy cow, it was you!" And then when I watched it back on the photo finish cam, it clearly was you by a nose, and there is no doubt you are the winner of tonight's race, and again, a winner of cool $25 cash.
Awesome, man. I saw that on the entry list. I was like, oh man, this makes it a little interesting. Let's see how this goes. But
Indeed.
No, we played a really cool call. Shout out to Matthew Weeks again. He made an amazing pit road call right there. We were short 4 laps on fuel to the end, and he made the call to pit on lap 70 or pit on lap 75, called it on lap 70, and that kind of eliminated the fuel strategy game, which, you know, the guys behind us were just saving fuel the whole time, so we weren't going to be able to save and make it running that pace we were, so we decided to pit and just go 100% to the end, and it worked out. So I was shocked to see it played out that way. I've never won a race like that. I think that has to be one of the coolest races I've won for sure.
Well, that is fantastic. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just everybody involved with Gears, all of our admin, Perrin for letting me come in here, and Mike as well. Those two guys, they kind of shouted me out a little bit as far as getting in here, and especially Mike. Like he runs a really good thing around here, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. Same with Weeks and Trey Holmes. Those are my guys right there. We have a few more of us that come in here and race every once in a while, but those are my two boys. We've been racing together for 10, 12 years, so big shout out to them. Like I said, everybody, all of our race officials with Gears, everybody involved, the drivers. Also, you up in the booth, really appreciate what you're doing. I can't wait to watch this back.
Thanks, man. Well, again, enjoy your evening, enjoy the weekend. Hopefully, you sit back and enjoy this win, and we'll see you next week here at Richmond.
I will. Thank you.
Again, that was your Yellawood 250 winner, the number 4 of David Tucker, taking home a victory in the most important playoff race here tonight. Again, I can't explain it enough, or what am I looking for? I can't focus on it enough that this race, the winner tonight was a spoiler for sure, but Perrin Huggins was in the playoff contention. Mike DeWalt, Skylar Comstock, Kyle Munson, Brandon Meyer, Brad Gutierrez, and Justin Shoup, all in the top 10, which is going to shake things up in the points. So I hope you're paying attention to our X page, the YouTube, of course, our Instagram as well, our TikTok, all on social media, and hopefully we'll get you an updated points update here shortly as we go into the night. Again, I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Hope you enjoy the Yellawood 250. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you a wonderful weekend. And stay safe out there. We'll see you Monday night for the Donut Box Cup Series at Bristol. Only here on Casa de la Horseboat. Take care. See you on the next one.